言うことは一つだけ。絶対負けねえ。翼、行くぞ、金河君。行けー。
Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Nothing Excess here with another player analysis video. This time we're going to cover the 3 missing players from the current banner, the Japanese player pickup transfer. That's going to be Taro Misaki, All Japan's Chancemaker, Shita Nita, Scoring Tenacity, and Tomay Akai, New All Japan's Golden Warrior. These 3 players are the only 3 players from this banner that I have not already reviewed. The Tsubasa has already been reviewed in the Roberto banner, which has Roberto, Santana, and Tsubasa. And I have just reviewed Hyuga and Genzo in the previous video. So without much else to say, let's start. So first off, we've got Taro Misaki, All Japan's Chancemaker. Now, a lot of people are going to remember my review of Chester, the Midfield Meister, and you're immediately going to look at the rating that I'm giving Taro, and you're going to wonder why I'm a lunatic. I'm here to tell you why Misaki is actually better than that Chester, and by the end of this, you'll probably agree with me. So first off, he learns Golden Duo with Tsubasa. It's the most popular and available character in the game, and Golden Duo is an extraordinarily strong skill with an extraordinarily high momentum. You can learn the S version, the A version, whatever. Second, he's not a Japanese highballer, and that would be kind of a tragedy since most Japanese players would prefer low balls, especially blue Japanese players like a Nitta or a Hyuga. Third, he kills non-Japanese players, and he does that at a 10% clip, which is pretty nice. And finally, he can learn a Magnificent Dribble, which is better than Quick Step, and a Magnificent Interception, EX, which is broken. So, frankly, skill support is the main reason why this Misaki is so much better than that Chester. And like I said, skill support, I've said this before, but skill support can often make or break a character. In this case, because of the skill support, Misaki is easily S, while Chester is maybe at the upper fringes of A. So for his pros, he's got good passing stats and a good passing skill. He's got 10,658 pass. He's got an 8.7k pass cut, which is pretty decent. Excellent skill support, and he kills non-Japanese players. He is the second best blue passer behind the recent Chester, again, the Midfield Meister. For cons, the rest of his stats are fairly mediocre. He needs expensive skills to carry him on defense, and or really to do anything other than pass. People constantly are forced to run Samurai Misaki for Blue Japan, despite this one being more useful. For his limit break, I personally would do 889 to the top row dribble tackle speed and then just go all in on pass intercept technique. You could also just go 25 speed, or you could focus on dribble or tackle, but because he's not very good at dribble or tackle and I kind of just want to pump both of them up just a little bit, I went with both. Maybe dribbling is probably better here since you'll probably be able to bully everyone out of the ball just with Magnificent Interception EX if you have access to it. But some people might not do that because of Swift Interception, so again, or rather, in the end, it's really up to what you decide to do. Looking at his stats, he's got 906 stamina, which is pretty low. Misaki generally is not a character that has units with tons of stamina. The green Golden Duo is also pretty low. The only ones with actually impressive stamina are the Legendary .01 version and the Dreamfest version. But we do see again that his pass is high, 10.6k. Intercept 8.7k, everything else kind of whatever. 7.8 dribble is like the only other skill that is any good. For a skill build, I would keep S Green Cut Pass. Again, I always say this, but you can't do anything about it anyway. If you have a version of S Golden Duo, put it there. If not, A Golden Duo is fine. A Magnificent Dribble, A Magnificent Interception EX, and A Elegant Tackle. Now, if I ever have to make a skill build for the Taro Misaki Japan's Golden Duo, you should know that this is the exact same allotment of skills I'd give that one. And in fact, if I could give the same allotment of skills to basically every version of Misaki that was actually relevant, which would be this one, Golden Duo, .01, maybe the Samurai 2017 one, and Dreamfest, then basically I would do it because, frankly, I don't think that you want to use a Misaki to shoot. And I don't think you want to do anything else other than have a lot of mobility and enabling options. Everything else that you might be able to do on a Misaki feels like a waste to me. As this goes for a lot of people who remember my Dreamfest Misaki review. If I basically said, if you're focusing on the shot, you're doing it wrong. And I just recently chastised someone for that in the Discord, which I probably shouldn't have done, but, you know, people play however it is that they end up needing in the end. But in my opinion, if you have a Dreamfest Misaki, I feel like it's almost like you're ruining him if you're limit breaking him, for example, on shot. Or if you're focusing on it. So think about that, because sometimes the Misaki is the best passer in your color. This Misaki is the best passer in blue so far, and the red Dreamfest Misaki is like the best passer in red. Obviously there is the red Pierre, slightly better, and the blue Chester in this one maybe slightly better, but the skills again are what makes it up. Although I guess the red Pierre does have the skills for it. Anyway, the best passer in Blue Japan gets a bad rap sometimes because often not run as the main version of Misaki, because a lot of you are stuck having to run Samurai 2018 version because of his team skill. He's also usually overlooked by overlooked for Japan's Golden Duo in Rainbow Japan, because that unit is crazy, and also so is Dreamfest Misaki. Try not to throw your stamina away too quickly with these skills. Don't be afraid to just try white cuts and white tackles if you don't really care about the outcome of their tackle or their pass. But if you really do want to get the ball back, a Magnificent Interception EX will do it, and then you can Golden Duo and enable somebody else with a white pass and maybe set up a goal pretty quickly. That's just how Misaki works. You do your one thing, which is to enable one of your other forwards to take a good crack at the goal, and hopefully that's all you needed at least. I rate him an S. Should you go for broke for him? Maybe. I've been told by someone in the All for the Glory Discord that anytime I give a GFB of maybe or better to any unit, they go crazy. Don't do that. Do the opposite of that. Actually pay attention to what you actually need and what you've got, and if that's the case, then go for it. If not, don't. Next up, we've got Shita Nita, Scoring Tenacity. Fully limit broken in a full Japanese team. This guy actually has a base shot power of 13,767, which is actually pretty good. So what's his big problem? Well, doesn't really learn any great shots. He starts with S Falcon shot, which sucks. It's a 415 cap shot, and his best option is that you replace his S low ball with Dream Collection Nitas, and then you give him his the Dreamfest S high speed running Falcon shot. But then all you've got left is another 2 non-shooting skills, which I guess is okay because this Nita can only really also dribble and tackle, so you're going to teach him a dribble and a tackle. But that feels like overkill, right? Because you have to kill a Dream Collection and a Dreamfest unit just to make him worth using. And the Dream Collection unit arguably is better at volleys, so maybe you keep the original volley. To be fair, his potential is respectable. 61,952 total ground shot with the Dreamfest shot and 68,144 with the Dream Collection volley is frankly quite alright. I wouldn't maybe recommend doing all of that, you know, it's up to you, but it remains something you can do if you just want to throw your wallet away to the wind. Pros stats buoyed by his nationality link passive make him a decent addition to an all-Japan squad. He has 10k dribble and shot club. He's a member of the 10k dribble and shot club. He has 6.6k speed, which is crazy good, and it's 10% better if you're in a, well, 15% better if you're in a full Japan team. And he's an arguably better shooter post-passive than Dreamfest Nita. Now, for cons, the rest of him's kind of mediocre. He needs too much investment to really bring him online. He has a lower gas tank than you'd want in a speedster. He's very easy to white pass over because he has like 6,000 or something intercept. And his main S shot super sucks, so he's a 4-slot wonder because you have to use one of your slots on an S shot. And he already has one, so you have lower skill advantage in terms of options. And so that might affect you. For his limit break, just go all in, dribble speed, shot, power, 25. There's really no other limit break that makes any sense. A lot of people will be like, whoa, do intercept. He comes with intercept. You should be pulling off that intercept and giving it to somebody else if you have one. Just don't use an intercept on him. It is not a good idea. Don't bother passing with him either. He's a terrible passer, as we're about to see. As we can see from his stats, he has 969 stamina. His stats are loaded on dribble and shot, as you can see, which brings his actual in-match stats, which I keep forgetting to update the thing on the right to in-match stats as opposed to true stats. I'm sorry. His dribble is 10.3k and his shot is 10.4k. Again, 15% better in both when in a full Japan team. His pass, garbage, and his intercept, garbage. His block, you're never going to use because of forward. But his tackle is 8.8, so if you do teach him a tackle, he will get some good use out of it. He is a low baller. He has 12.5% to his low balls, which makes him a little bit better. For his skill build, you can't do anything about S Falcon shot, so never look at it and don't ever raise it. It's a terrible idea. Give him the non-trap running volley Falcon shot if you have, you know, the crazy amount of money. If not, just keep that there. And if you have a dupe Dreamfest version, high-speed running Falcon shot is worth it. His 2 other skills should probably be the high-speed dribble and a high-speed tackle. Now, I always rate players due to their potential rather than their actual ease of use or how quickly you can get them out onto the field. But that said, I think that giving him an S is too much given the actual investment you would need to put into him. And frankly, every team he could start on, he's actually riding the bench because there's other red forwards or just other forwards in general that would or should have first dibs in the forward position. The good thing is that since he really only needs 4 skills, he needs another shot, he needs whatever volley you can give him, and then he needs a dribble and a tackle. And I think the dribble and the tackle are not too hard to get. Maybe for me because I actually completed the events back in the day when they were open. But you might have more trouble finding a dribble and a tackle for him. Thankfully, he's really just fast and a good shooter, so he'll be decent on any squad. You would like him for pressure up front, but since he has no intercept, he's just super easy to white pass over, so it's rough. At least he's a decent shooter. His team skill is nice since it lets you play All Japan. It's +7 to red, but it's 10% to all Japanese players. The 7% to red is like this weird concession that lets you play a non-Japanese red player if that's what you want to do. But frankly, his team skill is pretty good for All Japan if you're trying to build an All Japan team. 10% is 10%. Again, striker, rate him A, go for broke. Maybe if you really need the team skill, but again, just be cognizant of the fact that he will probably ride the bench. Last, and certainly not least, is Tomay Akai, the new All Japan's Golden Warrior. There are very few players in the game who have 3 defensive categories in the 9K region. He's one of them. I actually don't know if there's any others. Maybe a Dreamfest unit. But anyway, there's very few of them who have respectable skills in every one of those categories. You know, like some of them might have the 3 9Ks in their stats. Like for example, Dream Collection Jito is pretty strong. But very few of them also have great skills to use. Like I guess also that Dream Collection Jito. This Akai is one of those players though. He's a constant presence in many different green teams because of that defensive flexibility. Limit breaking him is often a pain because you can genuinely make a case for a 3-way balanced limit break and all sorts of other limit breaks so long as you have the skills to feed him with. One of those skills is kind of long gone, so if you were looking for the good S block, it's kind of hard to get unless you have several dupes of the 2017 Samurai. But if you have the dupe for it, do you have dupes for it? Just go for it, right? So not only is he a powerful and obnoxious defender, but as he gets lower on gas, he's going to be even stronger because he has attack at the scene of the fire. So as a result, I think he's one of the best clutch defenders in the game. Pros, he's balanced and strong on defense in 3 categories: 9.3k block, 9.9k pass cut, 9.2k tackle. That pass cut might as well be 10k, frankly. He has access to a few different S defensive skills and great A1s that he starts with. He has a good 10% Japan team skill with +7% green, which is kind of like the Nitta. It's kind of just a small concession. His passive makes him stronger late in the game, and he's got like 5 good limit breaks. For cons, his good S block is gone forever. The bad one isn't worth leveling, which is a 2018 Samurai one. He kind of blows through his stamina by necessity if you give him all the S skills that he would want to use, and he sucks on offense. Like his passing is trash, even though you're going to want to teach him the A strong pass because you're going to need it in a pinch. So for his balanced limit break, this one's a little bit odd because I don't normally recommend limit breaks like this. But if you do it like this, where it's like tackle 25, speed 9, block 25, power 8, intercept 25, technique 8, you will get something like 1275 to tackle and something like 1250 to block and intercept, which for some people might be pretty good. It's kind of like when you're trying to build a hybrid unit, you are leaving maybe 250 to each stat on the field. But a lot of people would salivate at the possibility of a unit with 3 separate mid to high 10k club defensive skills, and this puts him in the 11k intercept category and 10k in both tackle and block. Some people will think that is excellent. It's up to you whether you want to do this, but if you don't want to go balanced, you want to only use them on the wing and you want to go with the stronger ones, which are tackle and intercept, you can do tackle speed 25, intercept technique 25. That's the wing build. Now, if you want to maybe not worry too much about tackling because you have a spare block and you want to use it, you want to put him up front, you don't have many other blockers, or maybe you're running him in a forward defensive configuration where he's one of your second blocking defender, you can make him a middle cutter, which is you focus on intercept, technique, block, and power. That will help you deal with 1-2s up the middle and also blocks if you think the block is coming. Then there's also a middle tackler where you actually don't care too much about his intercept and you think his passive interception will be good enough to deal with wide passes over him. and you are actually more interested in tackling people to force them to shoot or 1-2 from further away. So you give them tackle speed, block power. And the final one, which is where you really don't care about anything else other than his intercept, and you want to double dip on the fact that you're giving him technique and the fact that he has high speed. So you give him 25 speed, 25 pass, 25 intercept, and 25 technique. We call this the cut and pass, which is that he will close in on someone and just throw his big numbers of intercept at people, and then hopefully be able to pass the ball away with his roughly 8,800 pass that he will have instead. Actually, post limit break, so as you can see, his pass is very low. Looking at his stats, he has 1,043 stamina, which is excellent for any defender, frankly. As you can see, from his defensive stats, they're all base in the 6,000s, except intercept at 7,000, which means 9.9k intercept, basically 10k, 9.3k block, and 9.2k tackle. Offensively, a black hole. Don't expect to ever dribble with him. He doesn't even learn a skill for it. He has an option to learn a pass, which you're going to have to give him because you're urgently going to need it. And that's pretty much it on when it comes to stats. For his actual skill build, his main skill build will include, if you've got, if basically you have a lot of money and you're not afraid to use it, you're going to give him, you're going to keep the S aggressive interception. Obviously, you're going to teach him S shoulder block and S dangerous tackle. That's a 440, 440, and 450 skills respectively. 440 pass cut, 440 block, and 450 tackle. Then you're going to teach him A strong pass and B shoulder block. The B shoulder block is for you trying to deal with weak long distance shooters, like for example a Rival who's just trying to annoy your goalkeeper. And A strong pass is you going to be trying to like get the ball to somebody because you're in a matchup and you don't know what you're doing. So basically, it's pretty great if you were or are really zealous about getting a lot of the SSR black balls. You can get these 3 skills to like S15 or S30. That's going to make you super hard to deal with on the actual field, especially in the Dream Cup, where just having an S15 or S30 skill is quite possibly one of the most frustrating things to deal with on the field. That said, most people won't want that level of investment and don't have that level of investment. So if you're going to build him in another way, the alternative skill build would be to go S aggressive interception, A shoulder block, and A right angle defense, aka the 3 skills he comes with. Just max those out, give him the A strong pass, and teach him B shoulder block as an alternative, slightly cheaper. This is the more reasonable version of the build. There's only 2 real differences in this, and that's that you keep his base skills entirely and teach him 2 other skills. It'll be less effective maybe at top level, but it'll probably fit better on builds that aren't completely balanced and trying to go 3 ways, that aren't trying to go 3 ways on defense. Now, if you do have S dangerous tackle as a dupe, you may want to replace right angle defense, because why not? It's like an easy boost and you can leave it at S1 and it'll still be pretty decent. So if you're using like the wing limit break where you went pass cut and tackle, that might be worth it. But yeah, you might be able to just get away with that and level both of them for maximum potential, and then you only have A skills to worry about. Anyways, guys, that's it for this banner. Again, if you want to check out the Tsubasa from this banner, I recommend that you go all the way back and watch my video with Roberto, Santana, and Tsubasa from the Roberto banner. That's pretty much it for now. We're waiting for news tonight to see what is coming on Captain Tsubasa. We have no idea, but hopefully this Hino event is over soon, because this Hino pass sucks. I don't like it. No one likes it. Everything sucks about this Hino pass, and we're just very over it. We want to see something new. Hopefully it's something interesting. I personally want Chain Chun, Lee Young-gun, and Woo Jun-ren as a banner. That would be great. We need the Korean players. We need more Asian players in general, and I think that would be awesome. I don't want like a red Owiren yet. If there's going to be an Owiren, I would rather see a Dreamfest Owiren or just another banner with him in it. I think a red or blue Owiren would be fine later, but not now. So hopefully China and Korea get a little more love as slightly underrepresented regions in terms of characters. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below. Make sure you click like. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet, it's up there at the top, or I guess right below the video, and right next to the video subscribe button, or sorry, the channel subscribe button is a little bell in case you want to get more notifications of when I do videos or when I go live on stream, which is basically Saturdays sometime in the morning to afternoon of Easter time. Also, if you want to become a channel member, that is an option. If you go to gaming.youtube.com, you can check that option out. Becoming a channel member gives you access to me on the Discord. You can ask me any questions you want, basically throughout any month that you are a member. You just harangue me for any weird questions you might have. I will answer all the questions to the best of my ability, so long as I'm not busy with something like work or in the middle of, I don't know, trying to play this new Apex Legends or whatever. That game looks sick. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys soon. Oh, also quick shout outs to Bay, because we have a match that we played, and I hope you guys look forward to that. It was a great match. It was super tense all the way into the end. It was green versus green. Green is the strongest team in global, and I think it was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. So go check out Bay TV and look forward to that. See you guys later. Honna mata.